When life gets you down, you know what you got to do? Just keep swimming. If there is one quote that defines Dory in Finding Nemo, this is it. If there is one quote that defines one's career path, this is it. In the ocean of possibility, you can decide on any career path. The key is knowing exactly where you are and be willing to decide who you want to be and how you want to achieve it. Today, we are going to look at the ocean of possibilities waiting for you and decide how to capitalize on exactly what you want in your career and how to get it. As a self-proclaimed extroverted introvert, I spent years figuring out who I was. Always yearning for connection, but yet constantly wanting my solitude. You know how sometimes you feel you don't really fit in, but you're not excluded either. You just feel stuck. Often I'm told you need to speak up. You're too quiet. You need to try and fit in more. This led me to constantly try to be someone I'm not. Of course, all of this advice was given with the most well-meaning intention, but it backfired. Eventually, it made me doubt my professional abilities and eroded my confidence massively. I felt I had to constantly be positive and happy and said yes to almost everything to prove my value. It was mentally and physically exhausting. Fortunately, I also met a lot of great mentors and coaches who in my career noticed my struggles and gave me the space to figure things out, to support me with their guidance and push me to step into my power. They gave me the tools and the reality check that I need to stop holding myself back and start showing up to work and life authentically. I learned to hold my space and become proud and unapologetic of my value. And I started getting noticed for the right reason. I was on my leader's radar and quickly started getting promotion and advancement opportunities that I wanted. And right before a lucrative promotion, I resigned from my company with zero regrets. And this shocked a lot of my colleagues. But because I am clear and confident of my worth and my value, a title is no longer needed. And this has been the best decision I've made in my career. So here I am. Today, leaders and corporate professionals hire me to unlock their full potential and succeed because most feel stuck and unfulfilled with their current work life. Not to mention they don't know what they want, how to get there, or why they want it. So I help them to get purposeful and intentional, to break the glass ceiling and to unleash their full potential. The bottom line is you must prioritize your career because no one else is going to do it for you. And I'm here to help you to become the leader you aspire to be, to create a career that you get excited about, and to advance in the right career path for you, and to be the best version of yourself. Many are on the exact wrong path, hoping the right one would just drop into their lap. Some are in the right place, but not feeling fulfilled, frustrated, and staying for the wrong reason. They don't hate what they do, but they don't really like it either. Most know they desire so much more and they want so much more, but the risk of making the wrong choice is paralyzing and not worth the gamble. You all need to love what you do and do what you love. I'm here to share with you the secrets you need to surpass your career aspiration. You will walk away with the crucial next steps to be a solid leader, to think independently, to shift internal behaviors and challenge your own comfort zone and grow your presence. Now is the time to progress in your career and know what to do and how to do it, so you can master the science of professional agility and advancement. You also have an opportunity to connect with me further to see how I can support you beyond today. And if you have any question, please pop into the Q&A or into the app so I can answer later. let's get started with the main factors you need to surpass your career aspiration. First, we must look at who are you and if you are advancement ready. We all need to know if you're advancement ready. And to be advancement ready, you need to meet these 5 criteria. First, you need to deliver effective performance. It means that your personal objective fits and benefits your company's objective. You're able to drive yourself and your company forward and bring value. The second is you constantly go above and beyond. You look beyond your role, beyond your grade. You outperform and you deliver beyond what people expect of you. You raise the standard and the quality of work. Next, you can readily do your next job. Let's be real. You will only advance or secure your next role when you can demonstrate you're able to perform at the next level, whatever that level is. And you need to be able to see the bigger picture, be strategic. You're able to connect the dots and you understand how what you do affect the wider team's performance. You can see what's going to happen upstream and downstream. And lastly, you must have a can-do attitude. This is about you being resourceful, not giving up, and finding creative ways to get things done. Basically, you don't give up and you persevere. And these are the 5 criteria to determine if you're advancement ready. These are the tangible things that you easily develop. And these are the skills that you tend to focus on when you start working. And I would even go as far to say these are the easier skills to develop. These are still important and are great, but with our current job situation, these are the basics. To truly ignite your career path, you must understand what makes you advancement ready and action ready. Those 5 criteria I shared are deciding if you're advancement ready. We have not covered action ready yet. Some are ready for the end result, but they don't take the action to make it happen. Trust me, if you're sitting and you're waiting for the next opportunity to drop in your lap, you will never surpass your true aspiration. Because action gets result. But not everyone is ready, willing, or able to take the right steps to get those results. And at the end, I would give you an opportunity to see where you are on your journey. And some of you won't even take the next step. Action takers gets result. Why? It's because they have not developed the 8 ingredients needed to be action ready. And these are the ingredients I class as the intangible skills that you need to develop. These are the skills that they are not actively taught in school at work. You stumble your way around your career until you figure out whether it works or not. And for some, you don't really develop these skills until too late in your career. And these are the skills I focus on when I work with my clients. And I'm going to go through each ingredient one by one. So get ready if you're a note taker. If you're not, no worries. I have something to give you at the end of the talk that will summarize all of this for you. The first ingredient is career confidence. Your confidence in your value, in your work, in your abilities, and whether you consciously and consistently step outside of your comfort zone, nurturing rock-solid career confidence. Because confidence is a muscle. You need to keep working on it to maintain it. If you keep in your comfort zone and if you stay in your comfort zone for too long, you start to lose confidence in yourself. So ask yourself, how confident are you with your abilities and the value that you bring to the work? How often do you step outside of your comfort zone and work? Do you push yourself to grow? Developing confidence is a conscious effort, and you need to do it on a daily basis to slowly build up that confidence muscle. So that's ingredient number 1. The next is healthy boundaries. Do you have healthy personal and work boundaries? How confident are you in saying no, in pushing back, in challenging others when they toe the line with us? And I'm not talking about the obvious black and white ethics and conduct. I'm talking about the hidden gray areas. When you're being asked to take on more work than you're able to, you're being asked to work on days when you're not supposed to, when you just don't feel like doing something because that's not your job. How good are you in setting and maintaining those boundaries? Ask yourself, are you able to set healthy personal and career boundaries? Are you confident in saying no to your leaders and your bosses? Respect starts with yourself. How do you communicate and respect your boundaries? It dictates how others respect you. The next is authentic self-impression. And this is all about your personal branding. What is your story? How do you make a memorable impression? What do you want to be known for? And how clearly and confidently can you articulate this? Firstly, to yourself, and then to others. And the actions you keep doing to keep nurturing and living your brand. So ask yourself, do you have a clear and established personal brand? Do you make a memorable first impression? And this is not about you being someone you're not. This is about how are you living and representing your values and your principles externally. And this is really about taking control of your narrative, of your story, of how you want others to perceive you, and not let them decide it for you. Taking control on how you want others to see you. That's the key here. The fourth ingredient is career relationship and allyship. Let's face it, office politics is real. How you navigate office politics in a way that benefits you and fits your style. And I invite you to banish the stereotypical office politics sitcoms and shows. This is not about sleazy sucking up. This is about how do you form healthy, respectful, and mutually benefiting work relationship with the people that will be able to champion you, be your advocates when you're not in the room, and be your allies in helping you to create the journey, the path that will get you to where you want to be. So ask yourself, do you navigate office politics well? And do you have allies advocating for you behind the scene? These are the relationships that would last a lifetime that you need to build and nurture. Because whether you engage in office politics, something is going on. You need to learn how to form relationships that is to your benefit and that is mutually benefiting to you and to the other person. The fifth ingredient is self-leadership. How do you hold yourself? Are you true to your words? How do you lead yourself at work? And becoming a more effective and efficient leader from the inside out. How do you intentionally influence yourself and subsequently others to achieving your objective? Self-leadership is essentially knowing who you are and what makes you tick. Are you able to confidently influence others? And can you admit when you don't know something? And can you proactively seek out advice and guidance to help you? You can't be a leader for others when you're not a leader for yourself. And the sixth ingredient is career fulfillment. Do you fully understand your why, which essentially is your career purpose and vision? Do you know what will bring you fulfillment and satisfaction at work? Are you clear about your desires and your goals? And are your work needs being met? Are you doing things that is meaningful to you? And notice I use the word purpose and meaning, not passion. Don't focus on finding your passion. Passion comes with time. We develop passion for what we do over time. Focus on chasing your purpose. Purpose would give you the resilience, and it is what will get you ahead and keep you going when it's difficult and challenging. So ask yourself, are you fulfilled and satisfied with your career? Is it meeting your lifestyle needs? And do you spend time reflecting and assessing your career progress and how you are moving forward, achieving your goals, your objective, and your outcomes? It's important to understand what brings you satisfaction and fulfillment, because salary can only get you so far. The next one is resilience and agility. How do you nurture resilience so you're able to bounce back from unexpected challenges? How do you process information quicker so you can reduce your reaction time? And do you have healthy work-life balance habits? Resilience and agility do not develop in the workplace. It is the lifestyle you're living, including your personal life, that will increase your resilience and your agility at work. So ask yourself, are you able to pivot and bounce back from unexpected challenges? Do you have a sustainable work-life balance? Take time out to rest and recharge. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as you do something that disconnects you from work, so that you're able to rest and you're able to come back and be at the top of your game every day. And the last one is career awareness and mindfulness. Do you take the time out to reflect and take stock of where you are? Acknowledge your achievement and celebrate your success. Do you take the time out to know who you are and what makes you tick? This is about self-awareness, your personality traits, your values, your habits, the emotion you're feeling, and the psychological needs that drive your behavior. Ask yourself, do you reflect and consolidate on what you learn? And do you celebrate your successes? And this is something most ladies struggle with, celebrating our successes or even recognizing it. Ask yourself, when was the last time you celebrated an accomplishment? So that was a very quick overview of the 8 ingredients. And these 8 ingredients are so important for you to develop so you're action ready. And when combined with being advancement ready, you will be unstoppable. And in order for you to get started on all of this, you must be willing to take responsibility of who you are and how you show up or don't show up. And I like to describe it as the ability to identify and adjust the story running you. Everyone has a story running you. Most of us have quite a few. My story used to be because I'm an introvert. I would never succeed in my career in the way that I wanted. And growing up, I struggled with accepting that I am an introvert by nature. I have always been labeled as the shy kid. And it is a stigma that has stuck with me most of my life until my early adulthood. And in my attempt to hide it, I constantly tried to be loud, to be outgoing, so I'm seen as sociable and friendly. It was exhausting. And there was not an exact pivotal moment I could remember that clicked for me. It was just a series of small moments adding up to one day I had a realization. I have been looking at this wrong. It's never about introversion or extroversion. That was the excuse that I was using, where it became a convenient way for me to blame everyone else except myself. But the thing is, I have been looking at it wrongly. It's never about extroversion and introversion. It was about my mindset, shedding off the limiting belief that society has instilled in me and reclaiming my confidence to navigate the corporate world in a way that works for me. And it was for me accepting my whole self and leveraging what I have to my advantage. Everyone thinks you need to be the life of the party to succeed. All you really need is to celebrate the party of your life. And the right question is, how can I leverage what I have to my advantage and live my best life? It's about the mindset and the way that I talk and see myself. I overcame that. So that is my story. Tell me, what is your story? No education, no specialization, not enough experience, too much experience, too young, too old, too tall, too short, or too something, or not enough of something. We all have this great story, which turns into convincing excuses. And this boils down to one thing: fear. We make decisions based on fear. And this causes you to play small, not take risks, not step outside of your comfort zone and apologize for not being enough and not forging your way to the top. And the story we tell ourselves comes from what we heard, what we saw, what others said or did. And we are a database of the stories from our past. Our mind is an amazing tool. Used effectively, you can do almost anything. Used ineffectively, you're like most of the world. You settle and you live within your comfort zone. And I won't go into the subconscious and the conscious minds too much, but know this: 95% of your decisions are subconscious and only 5% are conscious. What does that mean? You are at the mercy of every story from your past and it's dictating your future. Let's get ahead by designing a more powerful future than our past. We are going to leave behind the old story running on autopilot. And to do this, to get started, is through by creating a vision. And that's the start of the 6 ingredients career fulfillment. By creating a vision, this vision turns into a plan, and the plan turns into action and outcomes as a result aligned to your core values. Because in the absence of a vision, you are creating by default. You are within your comfort zone. A vision forces you to imagine a more empowering story and to live it. So let's create a vision for you. And here are a few sample questions for you to answer. So take out your phone and take a picture of the slide if you need to. Ask yourself, what would I love? What would I do if I could not fail? What ability do I possess that I enjoy using? What am I good at, great at, excel at? What would I love to accomplish is? And the most important question of all, why do I want what I want? Is this something you want, or is this something you think you should be wanting because it is expected for you? By answering all of these questions, only you can answer this for yourself. No one can answer this for you. And it must align with your core values. It must stretch you outside of your comfort zone, and it must light you up. You must smile and feel a sense of joy when looking at your vision. And once you have your vision, it's then, how do you get there? And there is this single mental move which you can make in a millisecond would solve enormous problems for you. It has the potential to improve almost any situation you will ever encounter. And it could propel you down the path to success. And we have a name for this magical activity. And it is decision. The need to decide. Decision bridges gap to action. Once you decide, you will start moving. Every day, do one thing in the direction of your vision. Keep yourself motivated and take one step every day that will move you forward to achieving your vision. It's about the consistent effort, going at it every day. The more you procrastinate, the more daunting it will be. Reaffirm your why to stay motivated and make the next step that will move you forward. Be very clear on what it is in for you. Make it personal. This is for your benefit. And keep an achievement log. Create a list of every wins, every success, every problems you solve, no matter how small, how big it is. Celebrate your successes. And if you're having an off day, look at your achievement log and let it uplift you. Everyone will have off days. It's about how you lift yourself up and get going again. And this can be on a simple notepad on a paper or on an app. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. And if you struggle with this, let me give you an extra bonus because I believe in the power of this. I have a template that I use with my clients and I'm happy to give it for you for free. Just pop me an email after this to get it. And lastly, be aware of your language you use on yourself. You need to know how to communicate with yourself in a way that conveys confidence. But we are conditioned with bad habits over the years without us knowing. And these are the verbal crutches that damages our confidence and negatively impact how we're being perceived. And these are what I call the filler or the qualifier words. Words to help us fit in, to blend in, to soothe other people's egos so we can get on with our life. But it unconsciously portrays us as not confident and not as capable than we actually are. And I'm going to list the 5 filler and qualifier words you need to stop using and what to replace it with instead. First, just. It minimizes the power of your statements. You're already trying to defend and protect yourself subconsciously in the case you get a rejection, or trying to soften what you're saying. Stop inserting just in your communication. Reread your emails from today and your text messages and notice how often you actually use this word. I'm no expert, but I am not sure what you think, but. We do this because we want to avoid sounding pushy or in case we are wrong. But this reduces your credibility. We all have opinions and we all have observation, and some of it might be wrong. No one is perfect. So there's no need to point out why you might be wrong even before you say it. The next one, am I making sense? By frequently asking this, you subconsciously implant the idea in their head that, hey, maybe this shouldn't be making sense at all. You might think you're encouraging interaction, but it's not. If you want to check on people's understanding, ask it outright. Do you have any question? I look forward to your question. Full stop. Let them ask it. And when someone acknowledges you or gives you a compliment, simply say thank you. You don't need to explain or justify yourself. Accept the compliment. Don't say things like, oh, I just got lucky. Oh, I didn't really do much. They notice the effort you have put in and the accomplishment you achieved, and they're making the effort to give you a compliment. Don't brush it away. Accept it. And lastly, stop saying someday. Decide when and schedule it on your calendar by using some days. You're allowing yourself to procrastinate, to delay it to sometime in the future where it will not happen. That someday won't come. If you want to do something, decide when and schedule it. That will get you into action. And live as is. Walk through the world as if your vision is already a reality. Block out time in your diary to prioritize that one thing. If it feels too big, break it down. Because consistency is key. Small steps add up over time. The longer you delay, the more convincing excuses and fears you make up in your mind. Take that first step today. And I want to be your first step in creating a powerful career with great success. We don't have enough time today to deep dive into every single thing I have shared. So if you're interested to advance in your career, I'm going to offer you a little bonus. I have gone through a lot in a very short period of time, and I want to make sure you're taking away the key essence of what I've shared today. And I barely scratched the surface of each of these ingredients. I could do a whole day training on this. That's why I have created a little checklist for you, where you can assess yourself on how advancement and action ready you are currently. For you to get that, simply just scan my QR code with your mobile device and click on the Advancement and Action Ready checklist. Take action, get better results, and climb the career ladder. And if you want to continue the conversation further, my contact details are there too. Thank you.